Buffalo's gonna win it, folks.
The Bills make me wanna kick your heels up and shout.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Now, baby, come on, come on.
No
Come
one
on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
Hello, we are live, and we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast. And we're definitely here today. We didn't run from it.
Mad somber, bro. Chill, like, dang.
No,
bro.
it is a somber note. It's a somber note. Everybody wearing black for the funeral. I'm wearing red because there was a lot of blood that was shed out there yesterday. And before we do that, let's do it right. Let me introduce the guys here today. You know, we have our guy, your guy, Matt, aka Matty Ice. Matt, how you doing today, man?
I'm all right. Just ready to pod, ready to talk about the game yesterday.
Okay,
not ready. Matt is not ready.
I'm ready.
Y'all hear our guy, yours truly, Rad, aka All Purpose Rad. What's up, man?
It's tough, man. It's tough. Definitely tough. This is only the third time I wore this color. So yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
You just took that joint out the package.
I know, right? Yeah, that's a whole other story.
This joint faded almost. What y'all talking about? This joint faded.
Exclusive heat.
And you see him. Shout out to our guys, just fresh off the boat. Shout out Hefe. Our guy Mike, aka Mike D, editor in chief. Mike, what's up, man?
Me and the wife took on 1 year anniversary. Went on a cruise. I'm a little sick. I'm gonna use that as an excuse. I'm here to show up. I'm bringing foot and energy. This is a big moment. I'm not gonna let my tiredness get in the way of that.
Mike D here, it's not good.
Yeah.
I'm the Reaper. Yeah, when I show up, it's a business.
But listen, before we get into the show, we got a lot of things to talk about, y'all. Definitely shout out to our guy Mills. Prayers to him, going through some things right now. He would be on the show, but we're praying for him. So, hope everything is all right in his household. But with that being said, Matt, let the people know, man. The bright note is we definitely still got a sponsor. Shout out to the sponsor. Let the people know who is sponsoring our show today, man.
Yeah, so this show and every other show is brought to you by the good people at Buffalo Wing Kings. There's two things the guys here at the Overdue Bills podcast know. That's Bills football and that's wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. Hey, guys, it's still football season, even though the Bills aren't playing. And, it's wing season every day and every season that comes through. So definitely when you want to get your wings, hit our guys up over at Buffalo Wing Kings. Located at 484 Elmwood Avenue, or you can give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say, and we know they got the best wings in town, hands down. And make sure when you go in there, you mention our name, the Overdue Bills podcast. Get 10% off your order.
Shout out to Buffalo.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Buffalo Wing Kings because me and Matt went somewhere else. I'm not gonna name the name, and we thought we had a nice little plug. And I got some wings from there. They were trash, dog. They were trash. So shout out to Buffalo Wing Kings. If you want some wings, go to Buffalo Wing Kings, man, for sure.
please do yourself a favor. And shout out to Buffalo fan base. Shout out to 26 Shirts. Please go to overduebillspod.com. Follow us on all social platforms. Like, share, rate, and review. Do all those amazing things. All right, let's get into the show. We got to talk about it, y'all. I see there's a Bengals fan here. I just want to let you know you can stay if you want. But this is a family podcast. We gotta talk. Listen, we gotta talk about some things as a family. All right. This is a gathering that we all need to sit down and talk some things through. And y'all know how we start every show with a quick question of the day, but I don't want to do that now. I actually don't. I don't want to do a quick question of the day. I want to go right into the nitty gritty. Let's keep it a bean. Bills versus Bengals. It was bad, man. 27-10. It looked terrible. You know what I'm saying? It's really nothing else to say about it. You know, you watch the game, bad game all around. But I just want to start with Matt, and I want to go around. Matt, give me, this is excuse time. All right, this is excuse time. So in the comments, if you have an excuse for the Buffalo Bills, get it out right now. Because Micah Hyde said his excuse was we ran out of gas. He said that. I don't know where. I don't know how
I mean,
they
he
ran out of
hasn't
gas.
played in months, so I don't know what
Yeah.
gas tank he was running on. But
he said that
Milano
the Bills
said it as well. Milano said it as well.
Milano said that. Okay, Milano said they ran out of gas. So Matt, give me your excuse. I want to hear everybody's excuses right now.
so I mean, I'm not going to call it an excuse, but you know, I think you know, we got out buffaloed in Buffalo. The weather did not play to our advantage. All the dome seekers, right? They were loving it yesterday because you know we came out and we are supposed to be this snow game ready team, and we got out buffaloed in Buffalo. So that's, you know, the weather is the excuse. Yep, for me right now. You want to go with excuses?
All right. So Mike, do you have any excuses that you can come up with?
Yeah, I got an excuse. We trash, and it showed yesterday. So that's the excuse.
Okay. All right. Weather, we trash. Rag, can I get an excuse? Do you have an excuse?
Excuse? I think it was I guess my biggest excuse is that we're just not a physical football team.
Interesting.
We are a finesse football team, and our physicality got put on a map, got the attention right on it, and we got punched in the mouth. You know, we're not a physical football team. In the playoff football, as you know, it's physicality, right? You need to be able to control the line of scrimmages on both sides, and we got beat up on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And if you ain't winning on the line of scrimmage, you ain't winning a football game. So my excuse is that we're not a physical football team.
Trash.
My excuse, and it pains me to say this, but as it stands, the Buffalo Bills, we're not a playoff team. We're just not. If you play basketball, I don't know if you remember the Sacramento Kings. You know what I mean? Back in the day against yeah, it was just like they were good, but like when they got to the playoffs, at certain points, you can't get over that hump. And I think that's the Buffalo Bills. Like, you know, we get there, you know what I'm saying? We do good in the regular season, but like when it gets to we're not really playoff mentally tough like that. Like I don't look at us like a playoff team. Like, oh, the Buffalo Bills is a playoff team. We're just not. Like,
I mean, we just recently became a playoff team, literally. So I mean.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
5 years.
6 years. But yeah, we've been in the playoffs, like 4 or 5 years. So I'm just saying, like, we're just not. When I say playoff team, I'm not just saying merely get to the playoffs.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I think that's the excuse that I'm going to give. So I want to ask this question. Let's kind of get into the game. Let's get into the game. I see a lot of things in the comments. Was yesterday a situation where are the Cincinnati Bengals a better team than Buffalo? Or did they just have a better day? All right, because there's a different distinction there. Would you consider the Cincinnati Bengals a better team than the Buffalo Bills, you know, moving forward? Or did they just have a better day? Was it like an any given Sunday day type of thing? So I'm gonna go to Matt first since he's more optimistic than most.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they probably just had the better day. Because I mean we talked about the game plan. We kind of got a blueprint from the Ravens the week before on how to play these guys and how to, you know, not let the offense kind of do whatever they want to do on the Cincinnati side. And it seemed like they didn't do any of that. So that we didn't get to the quarterback. We played, you know, it seemed like anywhere from 5 to 15 yards off on every down, no matter the down and distance, whether it was 2nd and 2 or, you know, 3rd and 15, it didn't matter. And then, you know, just on offense, we couldn't get anything going. We couldn't get any rhythm. If I was at the game, it seemed, if you look at the time of possession, it was only a difference of 6-7 minutes, but it seemed like they had the ball for hours longer than we did. So I think they definitely had, you know, they went out, they executed their plan. They out buffaloed, out physicaled us in the snow, and they just had a better day.
So Rad, in answering that question, Rad,
yep.
talk about the 10 points, right? We only scored 10 points as an offense. Allegedly, we're supposed to have this juggernaut offense. We got Josh Allen. We got Stephon Diggs. I'm just saying this was the people saying. This is what you were saying on this podcast.
Super Bowl winner offense.
Yeah, y'all was talking about Cole Beasley. I heard somebody talk about like a lot of receivers, all these weapons that we had.
You said we're going to blow them out, 37-17.
No, I think I said 27-10, didn't I?
No, you said 37-17 Bills. But you can keep going.
Well, that was wishful thinking. But so
like we all do, right?
I'm asking you, Rad. With that being said, talk about the offense, man. Let's get into it. Why couldn't we score more than 10 points? What was the issue?
Well, I think it was a poorly schemed game. I think this is definitely a learning phase for Ken Dorsey, right? Just keep chucking it. Like this is clear. It was clear as day that our defense didn't have nothing for them, right? And what you do, you try to help your defense is you try to methodical drives, long drive, keep them on the sideline. And we just kept throwing the ball. We kept putting it in Josh Allen's hands, and then we couldn't get it. It was no rhythm. It was like, yo, we got Dalvin, we got James Cook, we got Singletary. They didn't get the ball. It was like 3 rushes for halftime. It's like, run the ball, bro. Like, try to set up something to help Josh, to help our defense, to help this up. And it was not. He just didn't adjust. He didn't. I think the game plan in itself was bad. I think it's just comparing to the Bengals, they were wide open. It wasn't even like Joe Burrow was just dicing us up. They were wide open plays, and everything with us was difficult and tough. And they was running the ball. We didn't even try to run the ball, bro. Like, we didn't even
try
14
to
points. Run the ball. Huh?
You were down 14 points though. It's not like you don't run.
It was in the first quarter, so but
yes, it was 14. I have an issue with what you're saying though. Let me stop you. I have an issue with what you're saying because all this whole season we lauded Ken Dorsey, and I asked this question last pod. I said, do we have an issue with the big plays? Everybody said no. Big plays are fine. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Everybody said that. So what I'm saying is, why all of a sudden now, when things are not going our way, we blame it on Ken Dorsey when we've been doing this
because
season.
Because in real life I watched the game.
We never run football. So Ken Dorsey said it changed what we were doing. That's what you're saying. Through his entire season, he should have changed. What do you think he should have changed? You should have ran the ball more? That's the answer? Literally,
you stopped me from saying what I was trying to say. I'm saying, yes, we should have ran the ball more. We had 5 rushes in the first.
Like that. Like, what do you think? I mean, I don't understand. Like, if we haven't done something the entire season, but all of a sudden we need to start doing it for the one game in the season.
I don't know where you've been at. I've been saying that we got good backs all season. I said you like James Cook. You want him to get the ball more. So what are you even talking about? So what I'm saying is, in this game, with the inclement weather, with the foot setting and all that, we should have ran the ball. The Bengals ran the ball 40 times, bro. They ran it 40 times for almost 200 yards. We ran it like 20 times for 80 yards. It was like disgusting. Like, we could have ran the ball more. When we did run the ball more, we was getting 5 yards. It was like 5 yards here, 4 yards here. Then we just go away and just throw the ball 100 times. It was like, this was a game to be physical in. This was a physicality type of game. We got out physical, and running the ball is physicality. Period. Finesse. This was not a finesse game. You got to be able to switch to not being finesse. And Ken Dorsey did not do that. We didn't even run Josh that much. We just kept trying to do the same thing, and boys wasn't connecting. So switch it up. Let's try to run this football. Let's try to be physical. Let's try to keep the Cincinnati Bengals offense on the sideline. We did not do that. We kept putting our defense, who was struggling, back on the field.
Okay, so Mike, let me ask you this question because you've been a big proponent of we don't have the weapons. So I understand what Rad is saying. Like, in a perfect world, yes, I wish we can be as malleable as everybody else in the world. But if you don't have the players to be malleable, then you can't not do that. So I'm asking you, Mike, is it a situation? Are we blaming Ken Dorsey, or are we just trash on offense?
I think it's a mixture of both. All right, you don't have the weapons, but Dable did a good job at scheming guys open. Right,
run the ball, by the way.
And most, I know he didn't run the ball, but in most big games, Dable had at least one trick play that he would pull out, whether it's John Brown and Allen, whatever the other trick plays were. That I'm sure everybody know, but we had something that he would pull out just to get some easy looks. Man, it's like in basketball when one team getting backdoor layups and the other team shooting contested fadeaways from 3. It's like everything was a tough pass. And that's definitely on Dorsey, 100%.
You think so? I mean, like, do
Did you watch
receivers
the
get
game,
open?
Sam? What do you think?
I just didn't see them getting open. Like they were doing routes, but they weren't getting open. They never
Yeah,
got.
but
The reality is
it's
the
a mixture
receivers
of both.
never got open this entire season though. Like I always said McKenzie was doo doo. I said Gabe Davis was
Here go
trash.
2020 hindsight Sam. That should be your name. Here go 2020 hindsight Sam.
Okay, answer this question, Matt, because Matt.
Here we go.
Have I always been saying that we have trash receivers not named Stephon Diggs? That's a fact, right? We can all agree on that. But I've said that. All right, so I mean, I'm not making that up. I didn't just come on this podcast to say that.
So tell me, what should we have done, Sam?
We should have got better players.
So why didn't we scheme Stephon Diggs open then?
Why didn't we scheme Stephon Diggs open? This happened. This happened last year. Stephon Diggs didn't get anything last year.
I know.
But the issue is,
but Gabe was going off, so you can leave. You can have a little excuse. I didn't give Diggs any bail, as y'all know. I was tight at Diggs. I don't care what Gabe was doing. You're the big dog. But I watched Travis Kelce catch 14 passes against the
absolutely.
Jags. So why didn't Diggs do that?
I'm not giving Diggs a pass. I'm not giving anyone a pass. What I am saying is that I'm not going to be prisoner of the moment and say Ken Dorsey did such an awful job. I watch him, when I saw the offensive line, Deion Dawkins was god awful. Scapple was god awful. Like they were bad players. Like
and we kept doing? Kept dropping back.
We were down.
No screen
passes. No screen passes.
Doing that. Like stop saying. Why would we take the ball out of our best player hands? Like all of a sudden, like that's just stupid. We're down. You have to throw the ball. Like y'all are not offensive coordinators. I'm the only one that's ever called plays on this podcast. You have to throw the ball when you're down. But besides that, let's talk about the defense.
You have to throw the ball, but you don't have to do a 3 to 5 step drop every time. You can definitely.
Let me ask you this. Let's talk about the defense.
Our touchdown drive, we had 7 short passes that turned into, and then we had 1 long pass to Khalil Shakir. We scored a touchdown on that drive. Every other one after that, you look at the punt ones, it goes short pass, run, deep pass. It's like we fell in love with
get the ball to Diggs.
How many sweeps did Jamar Chase get? Chase got like 2 or 3 sweeps. Just getting the ball to their best player.
Simple. Like get the ball out, get the ball to the other playmakers. Use Cook, use Singletary. Get Diggs the ball.
This is crazy.
What are you talking about? Run the ball.
I am not saying that Ken Dorsey was just amazing, but I'm not blaming. I'm not just gonna say like it's all.
I text
on the blame list. You're out of your mind.
I text in the group chat. When are we gonna run Josh? I already ran Josh 20 times.
No, I would have. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that. I am not denying that.
He didn't do nothing. He was very vanilla. He didn't do anything. He just kept dropping back.
I think the issue is, we just got doo-doo players, but that's besides the point.
It's a mixture of both.
Yeah, that's besides the point. Okay, so let's talk about the defense because, I think we've done this probably every year of Sean McDermott. Like we always say, we got the number 1 defense. You know what I mean? We always go through those stats in the regular season, but when we get to the playoffs, we actually don't have the number 1 defense. Like it never works out that way. So I mean, just being honest. I mean, I don't know what you saw, Matt. Maybe I'm wrong. But Matt, who's to blame for our defensive struggles? Are we blaming it on injuries? We lost Von Miller. Micah Hyde has been out. Poyer, Trey White is trying to get back. Who are we blaming?
I mean, you gotta say that we didn't have the home run hitter or the guy on the defensive line that we didn't have that person step up, whether it be Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, Jordan Phillips. They were doing a lot more pumping the crowd up than they were getting to Joe Burrow. Like we had 3 quarterback hits yesterday to the Bengals 8. They had 30 first. It seemed like death by 1,000 cuts. They had 30 first downs on us, and it seemed like they were Joe Mixon was getting 2nd and 4, 2nd and 2. Like they gashed us, and we didn't have our front line just didn't get home. They didn't put any pressure on Joe, and it didn't give the corners any help at all in trying to, if you let Joe, Pat, any of those guys sit back like he did, they're just going to dice up any defense. It doesn't matter if they're the best defense, if they're the 85 Bears. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do whatever he's going to do if he has that much time to do it.
Rash, should Leslie Frazier get fired?
No, I think it's definitely it's for me. This all on the players. I'm not even mad at the scheme.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not mad at the scheme at all.
He was going cover 0 and playing 20 yards off the ball.
Yeah, because they're all faster than our guys. We don't have.
So why would you go cover 0? Like,
Time out.
it doesn't make sense.
You asked me a question, so I want to talk. You can talk when it's your turn to talk. But I think this for me is all the players here because one, we come here, we talk about
the players for the defense, but not the offense. Okay, right. You can go.
We come here, we talking about how our cornerbacks are not fast or not good. Now we want them to play cover. Now we want them to play press man against Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. That's insane. Why would we ever do that? That's stupid. So I'm happy they didn't do that because we'd have been getting cooked all game, which we kind of was, but we'd have been cooked for even worse. It was even worse. Would have been even a bigger blowout. Jamar Chase would burn. Trey White. It wouldn't even been close. Dane Jackson and Trey, it wouldn't have been close. So I'm happy that the D line is terrible. The D-line didn't do anything. We didn't get no pressure. When we blitzed, we didn't get home. Like, he blitzed, we didn't get home. I saw Teron Johnson blitz. I saw Milano blitz. I saw Tremaine Edwards blitz. They did not get home. Who was that on?
Leslie
Frazier?
That's on Frazier a little
bit.
Nigga,
that's a scheme.
Why would you blitz Burrow when he get the ball out?
Because we was playing zone and he was covering us up because we not getting home before. We got to do something. At halftime, they asked McDermott what was wrong. He said, we're not getting to Burrow. We're not touching him. Yeah. He had to sit there and stand pat. It's insane. That's crazy. We got to do something. So we blitz some people, and they still not getting home. So we got to. So we can't just what can we do? I'm not trying to give up the big play. I'm not trying to give up the big home run to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I'm not trying to do that. That's our MO. We're not giving up big plays. But I think the D line and when we blitz, we did not get home. That is on the players. The D line you got to get through, and when we blitz, Milano, Teron Johnson, all these guys, we need to get home. If we're not getting home, we're going to lose. We play a shell defense and we blitz. It's a big hole in our coverage. We need to get home.
It's hard to get home when Trey White 30 yards back and Burrow throw a quick screen.
What are we talking about? Like, this nigga is way over here. It's an easy, I'm 20 yards off this dude. I'm literally just gonna throw him the ball.
But before that, we was talking about how they got 3rd and 4th and 5th string linemen, right?
Yes, they did.
So why is the D line not get home?
Because we have a doodle D line. I've been asking y'all.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. What are you talking about?
Right. That's not a revelation. But that's not a revelation. I've been saying that for 12, 14, 13 weeks.
You're not listening.
I asked Matt 20 times. I said, Matt, is Boogie Basham a bust? Matt told me no.
I asked me why should Leslie Frazier get fired. I said no. The D line was bad.
No. The issue with Leslie Frazier is this was a terrible scheme. If you want to be honest, maybe you're not a football aficionado, I'm gonna just explain this to you, right? If you watch the Ravens game, what the Ravens did good.
We're not the Ravens defense, bro.
They disguised coverages. What we did yesterday, we set up the same stupid coverage. We literally showed Joe Burrow that Trey White is going to play 10 yards off, but he's actually really going to play 10 yards off. So Joe Burrow, here's what you do. Throw the ball to this guy right here, and he can run 6 yards. Oh my God, what a revelation. What you do with Joe Burrow is, since he's a great processor, you make him think. We did not make him think. We literally lined up and said we was blitzing. We showed blitz, and we blitzed. So what he did was,
we did. We pulled back sometimes too.
They're blitzing, so I'm going to throw the ball to this guy because he's wide open in 1 second, so they can't get to me. Oh my God, how hard was that? Like, Leslie Frazier needs to be fired.
The defense
immediately. He was
for
terrible.
one. They gave up 27 points, but it wasn't.
Please don't tell me that the defense wasn't bad.
It was bad at times, but then they showed up on other times too. If our offense was any similar to what we were, it would have been a totally different game. The defense did okay. They did a good enough job to win a game. It wasn't like they just the first two drives, and they adjusted. Then we got some 3 and outs. Then we made some plays, and the offense was they just kept putting them back on the field. They kept getting back on the field, and they kept what you want them to do. What do you want our defense to do? They got elite weapons over there. They got elite weapons over there.
And that's where I'm at. Because y'all know, I've been on record for the last, I don't know how long you know me. I don't care about defense. I don't ever want to talk about defense. Because, especially in the playoffs, when you go against Mahomes, you're going to go against Burrow, you're going to go against Hurts, whoever you're going to go against, they're going to put up points.
27 is not even that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. The offense cannot put up 10 points. I don't care. And McDermott has some whipping punts. You have to put up points, and so I don't care really about the defense at all. So you don't have to ask me.
obviously, scoring 10 points was the biggest issue. I didn't like Lizzie Frazier. I thought he called a terrible game. But so I want to ask y'all this. Let's go to the head coach. Let's go to the head coach, right? Are we happy with Sean McDermott? Like, is it a short lease with Sean McDermott? What is it? Because I was listening to somebody today, and they made an interesting point. They compared Sean McDermott to Ron Rivera. And if you don't know anything about Ron Rivera had a good stint with the Panthers. Sean McDermott, yes, his mentor. He had Cam Newton, a similar quarterback to Josh Allen. They were able to go far, but he just wasn't able to take them over the hump. They went further than us. But my point is, they were able to have success with a similar quarterback. But at the end of the day, Sean McDermott, it's just not the person to land the ship. It's how they put it. So I'm going to ask you, Matt, do you think Sean McDermott is the person to land the ship, or is he Mark Jackson to who's the coach?
Steve Kerr.
Is he Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr?
No, I don't think so. I mean, unless, I don't think so. I think he can definitely get it done. It just they got to figure it out. They got to put it together. I don't know what the answer is, man. I really don't have the key answer, but we have the pieces. I think, I don't think McDermott is the issue.
I do.
Okay. How you feel, Mike?
Just look at our playoff losses, right? And just look at the losses for now. The Texans, we was up 16-0. You got to figure out a way to win that. The year after, beat down to Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. The following year, the 13-2, and then here you go, another beat down. It's like, you can't keep having blunders in the postseason. You can't keep getting out-coached in the postseason. You can't keep kicking 7-yard field goals in the postseason. At some point, you have to be the main factor in winning the game. Rather than saying this is the year of Sean McDermott. This is the year that Sean McDermott goes out there. He out-coached Andy Reid, out-coached Zach Taylor, out-coached Shanahan, XYZ, and he didn't do it. And I don't know how many years we're gonna sit by and watch him get out-coached in the biggest spots.
It's tough for me because I definitely agree. This is the Sean McDermott year. This is like, is you a great coach or are you just a good coach, or you're okay to good coach, or can you make that great, right? So right now it's just a good coach. Right now he's a good coach and he's not great. But the issue is, do you switch? I don't know if this is the time you switch it and go look for what, an offensive guy. You go get an offensive guy and you replace Ken Dorsey. Like, I don't know.
Zach Taylor.
You blowing everything up right now. So I don't think that's the answer. Right. It took a long. I mean, obviously, I'm comparing an all-time great, but it took a long time for Andy Reid to get over the hump to even get to a Super Bowl.
But he's an offensive mind though, so that's apples to oranges.
I mean, I'm talking about head coaching right now. So it took him a long time to even get to a Super Bowl, let alone win one. So we'll see. You know what I mean? I think he got our team on the right track. We are long live Bills fans. We haven't had all the coaches, all the offensive guys, the offensive gurus, the defensive gurus that came to Buffalo that laid an egg, and he came and rolled the ship. Like he really flipped us around and been in the playoffs ever since. So I think he definitely got a rope, and we'll see.
It's tough for me. I do appreciate Sean McDermott, but I think he's stale. And we have a lineup and play problem. And what I mean by that is there's no ingenuity in his game. There is no, just even like what Raz said, like Ken Dorsey, there's no adjustments. Like, we didn't come in with a great game plan. And I said that the show before. I said, I want to see a great scheme us up. Like, scheme something up. Give me some, I don't know, just do something exotic. Give me some exotic looks. I want people running around. I don't care. I'm just saying.
This ain't man, bro.
Regardless, but what I'm saying is we've seen coaches scheme stuff up. Like Belichick, he always I don't know why he figured out a way to take out the best player, or he used to. He figured out a way to take out the best player. Why? Like Sean McDermott, you're this quote unquote defensive guru. Do some sweet defensive stuff.
That's not always true though, because Belichick was saved by Brady plenty of times.
I'm not saying that he wasn't. Obviously, he had a great quarterback, but for the most part, I'm saying if you look at the totality of Belichick's career and game by game,
let's keep it a buck. Defensive guru is a stress, because when we hired him, nobody was like, "Oh, Sean McDermott." It was like, "Oh, wow, Sean McDermott."
What I'm saying is he's a defensive.
So for one, he's overachieved. for one, because we thought he's gonna be another three year and out type of guy. He's not. He's still here.
Yeah.
He got to the playoff, got AFC Championship game. He's
That's
overachieved, so he got rope here.
Okay, I don't mind. No. That's the fundamental issue. Overachieving doesn't mean you have rope. You overachieve. You brought us to where, okay, thank God for you. Sayonara, we get somebody else to come in and take us to the next.
Who?
Harbaugh.
Go blue.
Fire him. I would fire him for Harbaugh. I would. I think he got
Mike, you would hate that because he all he gonna do is run the ball. You know that, right?
Go blue.
That's fine.
Blue.
I would. Harbaugh's had success.
He's literally gonna run the ball 40 times a game. Yeah. That's a fact.
Because he's had success in the NFL.
Bring back the Westball. I'm with it.
Yeah. Sean Payton. Let's pay Sean Payton $8 million. Let Pagula open up the bag. Why not? Why is Sean Payton is a better coach than Sean McDermott? We all agree on that, right?
Sure.
All right. So should we fire him and go get Sean Payton? Is that something that you would?
No, I wouldn't do that.
No. Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Why? Because you just first round or two to bring in.
Because you're for one, this is not man. Once again, this is not man.
Nigga, it's the NFL. People do shit like that all the time.
These are people. Relationships are being built. These are real life things that's happening, and you're not taking account for that.
They're grown men. Nigga, what are you talking about? Like, I cannot believe you just told me that like they're human. Yeah. So what? Yes, we see this happen literally all the time, right? People get fired every day.
We don't see good coaches get fired every day. We don't.
That's not true. Good coaches will be getting fired. Andy Reid got fired. He was a good
after
coach.
a bad. He was bad. It was bad.
Matter.
It was not
Andy
in the playoffs.
Reid, but in totality, Andy Reid was a good coach.
During his time, when he was good, there was no question. When he lost 4 straight NFC championships.
Nigga, we just lost 4 straight.
There was no question of him getting fired, though. That is like blasphemous to
like
fire
Mike Tomlin. Should Mike Tomlin
he has a Super Bowl.
Mike Tomlin.
Okay,
he's a good coach.
If Sean McDermott wins a Super Bowl, then I'll give him a leash.
Andy Reid did not have a
Super Bowl. He's doing good.
What did Tony Dungy do when they traded for John Gruden?
Right.
Wasn't it in the playoffs?
Talk about it, man.
I don't even know.
Yes, they just thought that John Gruden was going to be better. We need to get rid of Sean McDermott, but that's neither here nor there.
I would say this, Preach. I don't think I want McDermott gone, but it's like that loyalty factor that I talked about a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Singletary. It's like, are we just playing him because he's one of the guys, or are we going to play the best people? Are we keeping McDermott because what he did for us? I appreciate that, but it's like, all right, can you get me the championship or not? If you can't, then I gotta move on.
Listen, it's not the quarterback. I mean, okay. So let me ask y'all this. Just a thought. It's a yes or no answer, or just name the quarterback. Matt, Josh Allen, or Joe Burrow moving forward.
I'm still going Josh.
Okay, Murad, Josh Allen or Joe Burrow.
It's close, but I'll lean Josh.
Okay, Mike, Josh Allen, or Joe Burrow.
Out of here, dude. This dude just went to the Super Bowl last year and back in the AFC championship. Get out of here, Joe Burrow.
I only ask the question because, like, at some point when somebody is doing something consistently, like, I know it's 2 times in a row, but like our guy is not doing it and one guy's doing it. But I still would go Allen. So Allen is still a great quarterback, right? He's still a great quarterback. So let me ask y'all this. Because I want to get a wide view because I still got some smoke for everybody. Our GM got to come to the front of the office. We laud him for the great things, but let's talk about it. And I'm gonna go to Matt. This is a whole round table. I need everybody to answer in the comments. Matt, name every elite player from the Buffalo Bills right now. Elite. If you name somebody that's not elite, Matt, we will cross them up. Yeah.
I mean,
name every elite player.
Josh Diggs, Milano, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, and I'll give a soft elite to Trey White. I'll give him next season to come back.
Trey White is not elite player.
He can still be elite. That's where I'll stop. That's
Von Miller.
Yeah, Von Miller also.
No, Von Miller. Von Miller, absolutely. He got hurt, but yes,
that's where I'll stop it at the elite level.
Mike.
It's probably more fun name all the trash players, but we'll be here a while. But Allen, Diggs.
Are we getting there?
Milano, Poyer. Hyde didn't play, but Hyde when he here. and I'm stopping there. Well, I'm not gonna say Hyde because Hyde was injured the first week or second week. So just Poyer, Allen, Diggs, Milano.
Rat, same.
Yeah, it's the same. All the names are said: Von Miller, Hyde, Poyer.
I got
Diggs.
Diggs, Allen, Von Miller, Milano. That's it. Too many times I saw Jordan Poyer out there not doing anything good. So he's not elite to me anymore at all. Like, I mean, like if you can't get trashed every time, and then all of a sudden I'm calling you elite. I just can't.
He was all pro last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about last year. I can't do that anymore. What have you done for me lately? You know what I'm
we was 13-0 when he played this year.
I just think that Poyer is just old. I think he just got older. I'm not saying he's a bad
He got
player.
hurt. He's
just
hurt.
not okay. Hurt is a part of the game. He's not elite anymore. Poyer moving forward is not an elite player. But Diggs, Josh, Von Miller, Milano, I think I can count on them. So we got 4 elite players. All right, we have 4 elite players. How many trash players do we have on the Buffalo Bills? Michael Hyde's got hurt. I don't know what he is. Just when he plays, he's elite. Yeah, but like Rad, we gotta stop doing. We don't know what that means. Anyway,
you say Von Miller is. So I'm doing the same.
Von Miller was elite this year. Mike, can you name me the trash players on the Buffalo Bills?
Wide receiver 2 through 7.
All of them.
The right side of the offensive line.
Okay.
Boogie Bassam. Anybody that we drafted in the second round.
Okay.
Dane Jackson.
Okay.
And did I miss anybody? I think that's covered it.
I think you got everybody. Okay. Does anybody disagree with that? Do you have to add anybody?
Number 4.
Oh, you can't do that. That is shady. Yeah. Friend of the show. Friend of the show. Shout out Hamlin. Friend of the show. But Matt, can you name anybody? I got somebody I ain't naming.
I don't need to add anybody on. I mean, I don't know.
Ed Oliver. I wrote this down. Just garbage. Bad. Like terrible. And I'm doing this consummate to where you were picked also in the draft because that means something. We put a lot of draft capital in somebody and he's doo-doo. Like he doesn't do anything good. I'm just being listen, I've been asking this question for years. What Ed Oliver, I sent the stats to our group chat. I sent it because I didn't want anybody to think that I was just talking out of you know what I'm saying? Every year he's decreased in sacks. Every year he's decreased in tackles. Every year he's decreased in TFLs. At some point, you got to look at the man and say, what do you do that's good? Matt, do you have anything to say about it?
Nah, I mean, well, if you look at the numbers, absolutely. But
he's a bust, right?
Become just a space eater at this point, and that's you got to.
He doesn't even eat up space anymore.
I'm not expecting you to be the diamonds in the group that the Aaron Donalds. The Chris Jones. I'm not even really expecting that.
Williams.
You got to meet me in the middle. Man,
if I take you top 10, you better be close to some of them.
So my question is
this his 5th year? Is this 5th year option?
Yeah, it's his 5th year. Yep.
He's gone.
Boogie Basham. But I was against taking 2. I wanted a wide receiver in that draft, but of course not. We took 2 D linemen and Boogie Basham trash, Epinesa trash. Shaq Lawson. Hey, he came back. He played it right. I got no smoke for Shaq. I mentioned anybody?
Do we blame our GM, Matt? I mean, is he? Like,
I really don't think we blame our GM because look at how. All right, so we can break it down very easy, right? We went out and got Von Miller. We ended the season and we said we have to build a team that could win the AFC East or can win the AFC, right? That can go get any of the quarterbacks that we're going to play against in the playoffs. Our GM went and got solid guys. He went and got DeQuan Jones, Tim Settle. He kept, Ed Oliver's here.
The boys is trash, man.
He drafted guys and then he went out and got Von Miller. So if you look at before Von Miller went out, we were a top 10 pressure team and a top 10 stack team. So losing that and it's huge. We fell in the second half after Thanksgiving. We fell into a bottom 30 in pressure team. So the guys that he went out and got, they just didn't step up in Von's absence.
So okay,
they weren't getting the same looks because Vaughn wasn't there, right? So I'm just saying it's very easy to diagnose that. So I don't blame the GM at all because he went out and did what we were supposed to do.
You take Zach Moss, you take James Cook, you trade for Naheem Hines, and when you got 4th round wide receiver, 5th round wide receiver, you got 6th round.
Well, we coming into the season though. We didn't want to go get anybody on offense because
I did. Do not say we did not.
At the end of the day,
I've been saying that.
At the end of the day, we didn't go get the quarterback, and that's ultimately what led to our downfall. Just like it did with Mahomes.
You scored 10 points. You lose by points. You don't lose by who gets the most sacks.
You do, but you also don't win by letting an offense get almost 200 yards rushing and getting 30 first downs in a game. It's impossible.
You do if you get more points. You do. Like last year when we played KC was putting up points, but 13 seconds, but we put up almost as much points as them. That's how we did.
But we can look at the stats right now, and I guarantee there was probably half of the first downs. It was big plays, man. It was all big plays.
It was 40. They scored 40 points, so it doesn't matter.
It wasn't as much control in the game and domination in the game. Like they dominated us on both sides of the ball on the line.
We overestimated Gabe. We overestimated McKenzie. We thought Carter was going to do whatever. We brought back Brown and Beasley because we was whatever. We drafted Shakira, never played them. We never gave Cook no love. Elam was better than Dane Jackson, but he couldn't get on the field. It's like these are all mistakes.
Organizational, yeah.
These are all mistakes, and we got to point them out.
Let me ask this because we know that we have a lot of trash players on our team. We just talked about it, right? Like majority of our team is doo-doo. We literally just said that.
He trash.
Yeah. I mean, and granted, let's be clear.
Yeah,
it's not
he didn't have a good first half of the season. I wouldn't call him trash. I mean, he scored 6 games in a row. He made plays towards the end of the season when we needed him to.
We just paid him a lot of money.
Compared to appreciate, if we take into account what people was getting paid, when people was drafted, Dawson Knox was getting paid like a top 10 tight end.
So, Rat, answer this question for me. We've been losing. I mean, in the playoffs, like in big moment games, we've been losing the playoffs. Is it time for us to change our philosophy, whatever that is, right? Is it time for us to really look in the mirror and say, listen, y'all, something is just not working. Whatever it is, something is not working. Like when we get to these big games, and maybe we need to mix something up. Something needs to my question is, do you think, as far as the coaching staff and GMs and how we've been looking at the draft and so on and so forth, should we go in the same way we've been going into it?
I think for me, my mindset is offensive lineman, and I want us to go get a Shanahan disciple. I want us to go get somebody from Atlanta, somebody from
as far
Atlanta,
as like a offensive line coach.
That running scheme coach, somebody for a Shanahan disciple or the guy from Atlanta, his running scheme. I want that implemented in our offense. This drop back 40 times a game. I know you got to score points in the NFL, but the people that's in the Super Bowl is going to probably get to the Super Bowl. The Eagles, the 49ers, even the Dallas, even what Cincinnati did against us yesterday, they know how to run a ball and they can switch into that. And they can go into that and have a schemed up running attack. And we don't have that. We haven't had that in years. And I think we need that type of, we need to put it all on Josh every game. You know what I mean? It's insane. It's like you can't just keep putting it all on Josh. You need some type of running game. You need something. If he's not going right, it's like, all right, then Josh ain't going right. Then it's over. Our players suck. No, that's not good enough, bro. In the middle of the game, you got, or in a season, you got to be like, all right, we got to have something else going. And the running game is the other thing that can get going. And we don't do nothing for it. We just be like, oh, we don't got the backs. Let's go. If you don't like Singletary, move on from him. Draft another guy in the second round.
Oh, hell no.
Whatever you want to do.
No, don't do that.
Commit to just get in a running game, get in a Shanahan type of running game, get in some type of running game that we can know that our running backs, not all of them or just one, is getting 20 touches a game. That's what I think.
So the running game, and actually, the only thing about the running game to me, and I am with Mike on this, Isaiah Pacheco was the 7th round pick, and he just went off, you know what I mean? So it's I don't know if it's whatever a resource game. It's a commitment game. Maybe it is a commitment game.
I don't care where he at.
Whatever it is, just get the running game going.
The commitment, the scheme, right? Look who's left. Look who's left. and what they doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So Matt, so what are you changing anything? Right? Raz said he wanted to change the running game. We need to be more run heavy or at least more balanced.
Physical. We need to be a physical.
We
physical
gotta find the right combination or the right guys that can go get the quarterback and make plays up front. We have.
And it's
to
not
win.
the guys we have. You think?
I'm not saying that it's not the guys. I think that they're very good being secondary and third guys. That we don't have a number one. If you look at every team that's left right now, they have a number one feared pass rusher or defensive line guys. You got the Eagles with Fletcher Cox and Robert Quinn. You got the Niners with Bosa and those guys. You got even the Bengals. They got Sam Hubbard and Hendrickson. Hendrickson was
we supposed to be better than that.
No, we should be. We should. That's the worst of the group. Then on the Chiefs, you got Frank Clark and Chris Jones. You got guys that they disrupt a lot of stuff and they get to the quarterback. We had that in Von Miller. We gotta have a contingency plan if he goes down again to have another number one person.
Okay, at what point is it like there's something called? Like how many first round picks we gonna put into D line? How many
just like the quarterback? Just like the quarterback.
No, that's just
people not do that, right? People got to pick a quarterback every year.
Yeah.
You keep a defensive line. You keep drafting defensive linemen, especially.
No, I'm just saying not in the first round. No, nobody does that. That's insane.
D ends. Name all the D ends. What are you talking about? All the high end D ends are high end D ends.
Yeah, but we don't have a top 10 pick, y'all.
I know, but trade up. Like I said, we can figure it out. Trade up. Do something. If that's what y'all. Yeah, I'm answering my question. For the D linemen, you find them in the first round.
That's true. I don't agree with that.
That's what I'm saying.
But we tried that though.
And you keep trying it like we tried
Oliver.
Keep trying it.
I mean, but we still have other holes on our team though. Like,
I mean, at some point we gotta draft a wide receiver. Like, I hear what you're saying. I'm not against everybody got good defense and O-line or whatever. But the Bengals got at least two elite wide receivers and one great one with a great quarterback.
Yeah, we're in the same spot.
Yeah, but the wide receivers, you can find them. You'll find them.
49ers, no, we can't. 49ers got Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey, Ayuk.
And none of them was first round picks.
They got AJ Brown.
We're not saying that they have them on the team.
I don't care, but
that's what he's saying. That's what Mike's saying. None of those guys, Debo not a first round pick.
No, he's not saying. I think this is my issue. Let me just say this, y'all. I think somebody does. I think somebody needs to be fired. We just got to do something. You got to shake it up. And also, too, I want to say this.
Ooh, put a name.
Leslie Frazier. Leslie Frazier can go. He can go. We don't. I mean, he's not essential to the team. You can get a defensive coordinator. They come a dime a dozen. They do. They come a dime a dozen. It's a defensive coordinator. It's not like it's like what is he doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is he doing that's so special?
You're crazy.
I think that we need to figure out a way, because I think the Buffalo Bills is in a twilight situation. Like, listen, shout out to Micah Hyde, shout out to Poyer. Their best days are behind them. Like, you can say whatever you want to say. They one just had a major injury, the other one been hurt the whole season. Von Miller, God bless him. I pray to God that he's able to come back strong. He's old. He just tore every ligament in his ACL. It's just like, all I'm saying is it's not as simple as we had injuries and then we're going to come back healthy. Right? I don't know if it's that simple, because Trey White is donezo. Like, we can say, like, Trey White is done, y'all. Like, he's never elite again, ever. He will never be an elite corner. That's a fact. You can say whatever you want to say. You can pour, you know what I mean, hocus pocus on him. You can pour four-leaf clovers on him. He will never be elite again. So, like, we need talent. We have a talent issue on the Buffalo Bills. It's just a fact.
Sam, Sam, all right. You got all the sky is falling. What do you do? We drafting guys. We signing people. We signing people on free agency.
Can I explain? You fire Leslie Frazier tomorrow.
Right, Brandon Beane is doing all this stuff. We called him the wizard before the season. Now you're saying he's terrible. Fire him too. So what should he do? Sam,
I'm gonna tell you what he should do. And I said this about 2 years ago. I said this last year. Everybody laughed me out the room. I think that Josh Allen for 6 first trade is still on the table. I honestly do believe that in my heart of hearts. I think we need to investigate.
This is why you just be talking. This is why it's like you just saying the sky's falling, then you come with that. It's like, what are you talking about?
All right,
like, you're gonna get 6 round picks to find another Josh Allen.
No. We can get a Brock Purdy. We can trade one of those first for Sean Payton.
You
Trey
see, you
Williams
hear what I'm
versus Sean
saying? Like you
Payton.
just be talking.
Let's get some talent.
You
Let's
just
get
be
some
talking,
scheme.
bro. You know,
And listen,
you just
That
be
Brock
sky the
Purdy.
limit. Sky the limit, bro.
You just be
Sky is the
chatting, bro.
limit. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just being
chatting.
honest. I think
So
what
wait,
I'm saying is we
wait,
need to shake it up. We definitely need to
what
shake
is
it up.
what is McDermott doing there, right? Because most head coaches, it's like, oh,
Nothing.
if you're a defensive head coach like Belichick, then it's your defense. If you're offensive head coach like Shanahan, it's your offense. And so, are we putting all the blame on Frazier? If
No.
we're not putting no blame on McDermott for the defense,
Bro, no,
Not-
it's
not
no
scheme.
blame on them,
Not-
bro. The
not-
defense has been good the last year.
No, they haven't. Not in the playoffs. My issue is this. This is my issue with him, with Sean McDermott. Not okay. Leslie Frazier can scheme up. I thought that our scheme was terrible, but that's neither here nor there. My issue with Sean McDermott is Milano said that we were tired. Micah Hyde said that we were tired. You know what that sounds like to me? That's a head coach issue. Because even when the troops are tired, you reel them in and you look them in the face and you tell them, this is it. Tired ain't the word. I don't know what you got to do, but I think he don't got no juice.
army clothes.
You know what I'm saying? He don't got no juice with him, man. When we get into these situations, I don't know. Listen, shout out to Sean McDermott. He's done a great job. But I'm talking about when the rubber meets the road, when things get tight. We had a coach like that. His name was Dave Rappel. He didn't do good in these situations. Sean McDermott may be that person. He may be that person when you look into his eyes and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping the stat.
So what player?
Diggs walked out.
What the role model? What the role models? What the players?
I'm just giving the stat, y'all.
Who's the players that's supposed to be doing that? Where the player at? Who's the leader? Who's the leader of the team?
Josh Allen.
Well, Diggs was firing up, but people getting that Diggs.
And how was Josh Allen?
Diggs.
And how was Josh Allen temperament throughout the game? Did he look confident to you?
No, he didn't. But that's a head coach job to pull your.
That's a head coaching job too. Okay.
Yo, yes, Rag, yes. The head coach has the job to make the team play better. That is literally his. He literally only has one job to prepare the team and make them play better, to put them in the right position. That's literally his job. If he doesn't do that, he failed us. Sean McDermott failed us this season. Do we all agree on that? That Sean McDermott failed us this season? Yes or no?
I believe we underachieved for sure.
So no.
Yeah, and it start with McDermott.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Listen. We can.
Like, don't tell me like, oh yeah, we should look like getting Naheem Hines the ball more offense after the game is over. Nobody want to hear that no more, man. Say that. Say that.
So
you should have ran the ball more for sure.
I'm not denying that, but when you're down 14, it's hard to run the ball. But with that being said, listen, we appreciate everybody in the comments. We appreciate y'all. Let's do this. Next week, we're gonna get into a lot of off-season stuff. We got to talk about some players' fifth-year options. Talk about some trades. Talk about some free agents. Talk about a couple draft picks. So please be on the show next week for us. And with that being said, I guess, Matt, let people know who won the contest, man.
Yeah, so we had, obviously, well, not obviously, but we had nobody pick this right score this week. We had all Bills picks. But the two winners we had were closest to the passing yards. They actually had the same exact passing yards, but the tiebreaker came down to the rushing yards. Wow. So we had Phil won the first prize, and then Bill Kane won the second prize. So they will be reaching out to you guys to get your hat or your gift card to you, whichever one the first winner doesn't pick. So definitely be looking out for some DMs to find out how to get your prizes to you. And then we're gonna keep it going though. In the good nature of our show, we are gonna keep it rolling with our weekly contest. We will do which game you guys want to do? You want to do the NFC or the AFC?
Do the AFC.
Yeah, do the
AFC. Keep it in the AFC side. All right, we'll do
Joe Burrow. Go Joe Burrow, the one that beat us. Let's put it in our face. Pause.
All right, so the winner. So we're gonna do the weekly contest this week for the given to you by our first prize. Is going to be from our sponsor at Buffalo Wing Kings, $30 gift card. It's going to be to predict the score of the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Cincinnati Bengals game, and as a tiebreaker, we're going to do passing yards by Joe Burrow and then rushing yards by Joe Burrow. That's going to be the two deciding factors if nobody gets the score correct. Yeah, get those in before the weekend, and good luck. And shout out to the winners of all season long. Appreciate you guys getting in these contests and running them.
Man. Shout out to everybody who got in the contest. Like you said, that's dope. Shout out to all those guys, all the winners.
Yep.
Shout out to Buffalo Wing Kings for sponsoring that, man. We definitely appreciate y'all. Listen, Overdue Bills. Listen, the brand is still intact, y'all.
Still overdue.
We still overdue. We long overdue. So listen, you can get the merch, man. People are gonna definitely look at it. Oh, that's clever. Unfortunately, it is still clever. But with that being said, man, be on the show next week, man. We appreciate y'all. Hopefully, we can get a full staff. Ante was on. We praying for him. Hopefully, he can be on next week. We want a full staff because we got a lot of off-season stuff to talk about, man. We got a lot of off-season stuff, and I want somebody out there, Tara, if you want to do it, man. If you can be, someone who can take notes for the pod, and what I want you to do is, you can definitely take the minutes. What I want you to do is, listen, because we need some callback things. Because I say a lot of stuff.
Please.
Listen, we need some callback stuff. We need, and I've been consistent. Everybody know that. But if Tara, shout out to her. She's been in the comments all year. We definitely appreciate you. Shout out to every engineer out there. You know the vibes. But we definitely need a minute.
Let Ragged away with calling Josh Allen man of a leg. I can't believe you let Ragged away. I know.
No, I was right in the first 10 weeks.
Rag said, "Oh my God, now we doing 10 weeks." All right. With that being said,
he was not the MVP the first 10 weeks, and he got hurt, and it was over.
I'm gonna keep it a second. It hurts. I was on a flight coming back that Saturday before the game, and it was a mixture of Bengals fans and Bills fans, and literally the entire flight they were screaming they little chant hoo ha, whatever that thing is,
who they,
and we were screaming hey. So I guess we can say the hey. So hey.
Let's go.
Only Buffalo is gonna win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and down.
Let's see why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Now, baby, come on.
No one.